Jai Baba, everybody. Let us please rise for small prayer. Janice, could you do the prayer, please?
Tar Meher Baba ki jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, Baba.
Welcome, everybody, for Thursday session from the Bombay Center. Firstly, I would like to wish a very happy New Year to all our brothers and sisters who are celebrating today, whether it's Gudi Padwa, Ugadi, Cheti Chand, etc., etc., etc. Before we start the program, I'd like to invite our one and only Lord Meher Baba. Today being such an auspicious day, Baba, please come and join us in celebrating the new year for so many people around the world. Pretty soon, just in 2 days' time, the Zoroastrians around the world will be celebrating the Jamshedi Nowruz. So a very happy Nowruz Mubarak to all of them. Not only just join us, Baba, please take over the entire proceedings of this meeting. Let each word be spoken as per your wish, Baba. I've been told to wish everyone Ramzan and Eid Mubarak to everyone. Before we commence our today's session, Janice has a few announcements to be made. So, Janice, could you please do the honors? Thank you.
Yes, Uncle. Thank you. Jai Baba once again. So this is the program schedule for the ongoing Baba birthday celebrations at the Avtar Meher Baba Bombay Center. So on the 22nd of March, this Sunday, we have the young Baba lovers of the center, Piran, Tiana, and few more youngsters. From the center, they'll be presenting musical performance in love for Baba. So we invite all to join at the center to get soaked in Baba's love through their performances. And one thing to be noted, this program will be held at the center. There will be no live streaming for the program, though the program will be recorded and shared later on the Avtar Meher Baba YouTube channel. Following this, the following Sunday, that's the 29th of March, we'll be having Sorab Iraniji, who is a nephew of Avtar Meher Baba. He will be coming to the center to share his experiences with Baba and also sing for Baba in his love. So we invite all to come to the center and to attend the program. Thank you so much. Both these programs will be recorded. It won't be live streamed on Zoom or Facebook. So we invite all to come to the center and take advantage of this. Thank you. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Janice. अब हम आते हैं आज के प्रोग्राम पे. इत्तेफाक से just last Thursday, Cyrus was addressing our group. Exactly a week and 3 hours ago, 3 hours later or whatever, 9 baje raat ko, he was addressing our group at the MPR. Some of us are still present here who accompanied us on that trip. The main thing I want to happen today is for people to ask questions, because it is not very often that हम साइरस को पकड़ पाते हैं. So जब भी हम उनको हमारे सामने पेश करते हैं, we are very very happy and fortunate to have him. I would like to begin with the question, K. Cyrus, what is the difference between when you settled here and when you were in Mumbai? I mean, besides the pollution and the clean, clear air, etc., and the bhaji available cheap in Mira Road or whatever, what is the main thing that strikes you the most?
Okay. Thank you, Sammy. And thank you, beloved Baba, for allowing me to share my views on this platform. And as usual, I always say that some of the thoughts may not match with the others. So they are my personal thoughts. So people should not feel irked or offended if at all I say something that is not gelling well with their own way of thinking. All right. Basically, let me tell you that wherever we have been, my wife Soumya and myself, we have always felt Baba's presence in us, with us, around us, in the locality where we are. So it has never been that we are missing Baba, because many people say, "Oh, I miss if I have not gone to the Samadhi. एक महीना हो गया, मुझे कुछ होता है." It never happened to us, whatever reason, rightly, wrong, I don't know. It never happened to us. We were never in our wildest dream intending to settle at Mehrabad. In fact, it was the other way around. When people would sometimes ask, I would say, why would you like to go and invest so much of money? Why would you like to settle there? You know, when the facilities are available at MPR, MPC, hostels, Dharamshala, you can always go and come back in a few days' time. Why would you like to uh, go there? But it seems now to us on hindsight Baba wanted us to settle there because we came with Datta. Sam, you know that house ka issue and all that. So we came with Datta to accompany him because somehow he felt that I don't know, I am good luck for him or whatever. So he said, "Saab chala na, तुम्ही पण चला ना, माझा केस चालू आहे, जज सांगितला आता लास्ट हियरिंग है, the judgment would be given, why don't you come?" So I said, "Chalo, jayenge." So that's how we landed up in Ahmednagar District Court. One day before the Amar Tithi 2021. At that time, COVID was on. And the trust had given the instructions that nobody should come to the Samadhi because there was no program happening and all that. So we went with Datta. I'm making it very short, otherwise it will take 1 hour only for that. And the advocate, Datta's advocate, told him that this advocate has a friend who has a house in Mehrabad and she wants to sell it off. So why don't you go and have a look at it and tell your friends in Bombay. So because Bombay people are supposedly rich, they can afford it. So that is how this was on the Amar Tithi day. Datta said, "Jayenge." Soumya said, "Why not? We will go." I was not very happy. I said, "Chale, what is there to see? A house is a house that way." But what turned, as we say, Baba ne kya chavi ghumaya, I really don't know. I still don't know. The moment we entered the premises, the Mere Glory, the garden was so inviting. There was a bloom of, roses blooming. And later on, we got to know that they all bloomed on the same day. Uh, that was 31st January 2021. And when we entered the home, it was plain wall, nothing else, plain walls. And the person said, I'm going to take an X amount, not a single paisa less. And again, I don't know, some kind of a intuitive feeling that this is for us. This is for, but that's all. We had no money at that time. We had no inclination to sell and come here or whatever it is. And I kept on harping in a sense, that બહુ મજાનું છે, બહુ fine છે, it's nice, very nice. And Soumya now says, whenever she narrates this story, why should I ask? Apre laiye ke, should we buy it? And so she asked in Gujarati, Apre laiye ke? And I said the same thing. Ke, "Majanu છે, I like it very much." And immediately, somehow, and this is something surprise, we did not bargain. We did not see the full house. We did not see the papers, the legality and all that. Nothing, nothing, nothing. We just told the lady, we are buying. And it was 50 lakhs to be precise. I always have a habit of carrying one blank check, of course unsigned, in my pocket. It has helped me a couple of times. I just took out the check and wrote. And Datta said, "Tumi काय करता साहेब? तुम्ही काय करता? थांबा जरा घरी जाऊन. We go home, think it over. There's no such urgency." But somehow I felt convinced that we should buy it. And so I wrote out a check. And even the lady who was willing to sell, you said, "You can take your time, just go home." I said, "No, it's done. We have decided." So that's how we bought the flat. So we both personally feel very strongly, somehow, whatever be the reason, Baba wanted us to come here and settle. And we settled. Yes, on hindsight, we could find that pollution level, as you said, and proximity to the Baba Samadhi, proximity to Baba's people. And this is a very different environment. So it is not that there is no backbiting happening here. It is not that there is no politics happening here. It is not that there is no groupism happening here. Everything just the same, because ultimately the mind is the same. But somehow we feel that we are at a much better place, and we feel now at home over here. Not that we were not feeling at home at Mira Road or elsewhere where we stayed earlier. So if you ask me what is the difference, in the heart, there is not much of a difference. We do go to the Samadhi often, though not regularly at the Aarti time, because we have taken up some voluntary voluntary work. We man the library down below, which is next to the Jhobdi. Previously, it was next to the Samadhi. Now they have shifted the library. So we go there 3 times a day. I also do some counseling whenever called, 3 times a week. Sorry, 3 times a week. We also man the life. We also go to the school, Meher English School. I go there as a counselor to counsel the students, to counsel parents, to counsel the teachers. And previously, we used to go to the MPR also to talk about Baba to the staff, housekeeping staff. But as of now, this has tapered down a lot. So basically, these are the three main aspects. And then, of course, earlier times, we did complete God Speaks, we completed Beams, we completed In God's Hand by Baba and Meher Baba on Death at the prestigious MPR Admin Hall. And I think we were fortunate to be given that opportunity to use that hall. And all those sessions have gone on the Trust's website. So at least it's for posterity to see if at all they want to see whatever, because these are very authentic books and these are very important books of Meher Baba. So besides that, जो रोज का काम होता है रोज का चलते रहता है. Okay, go ahead, Sammy.
One thing I'm very impressed with the management at the MPR, etc., is all the staff, it be housekeeping, be it kitchen staff, before commencing their duty, they religiously perform the prayer and the arti. And I think that is one of the finest things happening. I have always felt very nice whenever I've seen or heard them sing this arti, and people don't usually stop by and pay their respects or pay much attention, but I personally feel that this is the nicest way to get all the people together who work for him begin their work with this arti. And I think it is a very, very good practice to do so. Thank you.
I mean, it is not just in MPR, it happens everywhere.
Yes,
Even
yes.
down below, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
MPC,
yeah.
all the staff, all
Yeah.
the staff.
The security and everyone
Yeah,
is.
everybody. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody has anything else to say? Yes, Alpesh. Bolo.
Cyrus uncle, you said about the talks you gave in MPR, which are also on YouTube. God speaks per hai, it's gone God speaks, Mere Baba on death. So why a bit discourse and there are many other books. If you can do that, that will be very good, I feel. Because YouTube pe rehta hai, even future generations, they will be able to like listen to Baba's words and they are really good. I listen them multiple times actually.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for that. And
Thank you, Baba.
yeah, and I would like अलग-अलग और discourses वगैरह भी बाबा's की book. If you
No,
can read them, it
the
will be very
issue,
good.
I got your point. The issue
Yeah.
here is we are lacking volunteers who are dedicated and who have got that consistency. We have somebody, a very dear friend, Naman, but he also goes for work to Coimbatore, Pune, else, Bombay, wherever, elsewhere. As a result of which there is a break. So there's nobody. Naman was available all through. So we took a most advantage of him and we did it in a couple of months' time. So I am looking out for somebody who is committed to come for at least about 2, 3, 4 months because discourse is a big book. It takes time to. God speaks, you can do it very fast, because to some extent it sounds repetitive. So we don't have to explain every time the same concepts. But discourse is a totally different ball game. Yes, I appreciate your point. It is there in my mind. If I find somebody because somebody has to record it and upload it. You see, if we find somebody, we will definitely do that. Of course, I will need to take the permission of the trust again because that is very important. But I'm sure they would give, provided I have somebody who can do it on an ongoing basis. All right. Anybody else? Anything else?
Please carry on with your Baba stories now.
Acha. No, what I thought was, I don't know if you, very few people know about the inception of Baba's Dhuni, how it happened. Last Thursday we did, as you rightly uh, recollected. Should I go on with that or with some stories?
Pahle stories and then
Okay. Stories are unending. So if I go only stories, then this will not get it. So I'll tell one or two stories and then I jump over here. Then I'll again jump back to the story. Okay. Again, as I said, with all due respects to each one's sentiments about the samadhi, there's no doubt that one should have respect and sentiment for the samadhi. This is one instance, and I also say that this could be repetitive because I may have said it earlier on some other forum, but there are always people who may not have heard it. So I don't mind taking the risk of repeating it. There was one gentleman who had just bought a new car and he was very much, sentimentally uh, geared up to take the car all the way to the Samadhi to give his car, Baba's darshan. So now that is the situation. The scenario is that we have a barricade. You are not allowed to take the car very close to the Samadhi unless you are infirm and you need help and you are on a wheelchair or something, then it's a different thing, but not for a new car. So this gentleman somehow went across the barricade and came very, very close to the Samadhi. This is how I heard the story, and I'm repeating it. As close as something like where we keep our footwears and all that. So the person who was in charge of the Samadhi was say, sorry, but you can't bring the car so close. So uh, Baba, that gentleman was, insisting that no, this is the new car. I would like to have my car to have Baba's darshan. In all that garbar that was happening, this was much earlier when the Mandli were alive and they used to visit the Samadhi off and on. So, fortunately or unfortunately, coincidentally, accidentally, Erach happened to be there near the Samadhi area. And when this halchal was happening, he came out and asked, Baba, kya chal raha hai? What is the issue? What is the problem? So he said, Bhai, I have just bought a new car and I want my car to have the Samadhi. These are, by the way, all these stories are humorous stories, humor with some kind of enlightenment. So what do you say? What do you say about it? So Erad said, well, I really don't know. I just doesn't get into my system. Baba's darshan to the car and you're bringing it all the way down to some. But I am reminded of a story, he says. So let me narrate a story. Now, Eraj was a superb storyteller and he was so uh, quick-witted as to, he knows what to say when and how to, override the situation. So he said that he now narrates a story. That there was one gentleman somewhere in the south, mostly in Andhra, who was a Baba lover, and he was inviting Baba to come and bless his home, to come inside the home, to come into the home and bless his home. So Baba, as usual, talte gaye, aayenge, kabhi aayenge, sometime we'll make it. So one fine day, somehow uh, Baba was requested and caught, कि भाई चलो अभी आज यहाँ तक आ गए हैं, तो please come and visit my home and bless my home. So Baba goes, Eraj goes, and it's a very palatial home, a very, very rich man, very big house. And so he takes Baba and Eraj through some alley. I just add a little mirchi masala to make it more, this thing like James Bond का कैसे वो होता है इधर से उधर ये रूम से उधर रूम ऐसे ऐसे जाके and then they come to one room which was very heavily guarded and locked so that lock was open and the room was open. And in that room, there was nothing, no furniture except one locker, tijori, we call it, one vault. And so he opens the vault, turns the wheel, and what he opens the door of the vault, and what Baba sees is full of money and full of jewelry. So Baba is looking at Eraj, Eraj is looking at Baba. So Baba is hinting to Eraj, ask him, what do you want me to do? So Eraj asks, Abhi kya karne ka hai? What is to be done with this? What do you want Baba to do? So that man says, bless this wealth. Then Baba tells Eraj, tell him that if I bless this, everything will go away. All this will go away. You know what is Baba's blessings is different. Baba's grace is totally different from what we consider as blessings and grace. The moment Eraj interprets Baba's words that if I bless this, all this will be wiped out. All this will go away. That man closes the door of the vault and locks it up. And this man over here in the car sits in the car, puts it in reverse gear, and runs away from here. So this was a humorous story. And I feel, this is how I feel. Baba's Samadhi is, I would say, the purest, the highest point as of now. But Baba often said, that your being with me is not so important as my being with you. So my learning from this is, irrespective of wherever we are, whenever we think of Baba sincerely and lovingly, he is always there with us. So that proximity may or may not, it is important. If your proximity, it is important. But if it is not there, then wherever you are, you can think about Baba at that place, and he is always available at that place. So that was one story. The second story, again, I'm saying it's a repetition because uh, repetition reinforces
Doesn't
remembrance, as
matter.
this.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry? Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Now, this is a story. Baba would always love humor. And Baba would ask the Mandali to be very prepared with humor and jokes and all kinds of stories which will make Baba's burden, his universal work ka burden, a little light. So the Mandali would always be prepared with some kind of stories or not. So now this is the story which Mani narrated to Baba, and then of course she narrated in the Mandli Hall, the Maharaja Mandli Hall. So I picked it up. She said that there was a groom who was a prospective groom who was to visit the home of a prospective bride. But groom के अंदर ये एक था खासियत थी that he would be boasting a lot about everything. He would just boast. And the family that was going along with the groom said कि बाबा तू ज्यादा मत बोलना, be within your limits करके आपका आदत है बहुत ज्यादा बोलते हो, so be within the limits. He said okay, but knowing the groom, he is not okay. That person, he may be some family member, he said the moment I cough you must take the hint that you are boasting and you must cut down on your boasting. So, okay, all agreed. They all go as usual. ये बहू बनने वाली आ गई, चाय नाश्ता लेके आए, बैठ गए. So how are you? Tell us something about yourself. So he started saying that I am a hunter and I hunt tigers, you see. And one tiger that I hunted, was 40 feet long. The moment he said 40 feet long, खांसी हो गया. No, I think it was about 35 feet long. So, and like that, this Mani is narrating the story at the Mandli Hall, and she narrated it to Baba. And coming back to 30 feet long, like that, it happened up to 15 feet long. And it kept on happening. And then that groom got so wild about this coughing business. He said, अभी आप कितना भी खासो, मैं 15 feet से उनको छोटा नहीं करूंगा. Baba had a hearty laugh, and we all who were sitting in the Mandli Hall all also had a hearty laugh. These are such sweet, innocent jokes or humorous stories which was entertaining to Baba. Because it was not in, like for today you have got this WhatsApp and what is that, Instagram and Facebook, and you can entertain yourself there. It was the Mandli who would go all out to entertain with such small stories and jokes, and Baba would feel very happy and light-hearted, and he always used to say that such things lighten my burden of my universal work. So now the two stories have gone. Let me go through a third story, and then we'll switch over to Baba's Dhuni. In short, Baba was on a ship. He was on a voyage. And again, I repeat, these are all maybe repeated, already heard stories. And all of a sudden, he had a very severe toothache. Sam, bolo, go ahead.
Boss, if you can switch Hindi, English, both. There are some
Okay.
Hindi speaking crowds. Thank you.
Okay. I wouldn't mind going in full zone Hindi. अच्छा, anyway, तो बाबा एक शिप पे ट्रेवल कर रहे थे, वॉयज पे, और अचानक उनका डार्ट में दर्द होने को, एक्यूट पेन होने को चालू हो गया. एंड एज ऑल शिप्स विल हैव देयर डॉक्टर्स एंड ऑल दैट, इट वाज, ये बाबा का ये है कि his pain bearing capacity was extremely great. And if at all Baba complains कि भाई ये दर्द हो रहा है, that means it must be really very painful. So ultimately Baba said that it is, मुझे दर्द बहुत हो रहा है. तो he sent his brother Adi Junior कि भाई जरा देखो यहाँ पे डॉक्टर को जाके बोलो कि ऐसे ऐसे हो रहा है, और उनको बोलो कि मुझे मेडिसिन भेजे, सेंड ब्रिंग द मेडिसिन, आई कैन टेक द मेडिसिन और अप्लाई, एप्लीकेशन जो भी होगा वो भी, या तो अगर कुछ गोली वोली खाना है तो वो भी मैं ले लूंगा, नहीं तो अगर वो नहीं तो उनको खुद को बोलो आने के लिए मुझे देखने के लिए. So Adi Junior, Baba's brother, very prim and proper. He lived most of his life in London, very prim and proper person. So he goes to the doctor and explains the situation. कि भाई ऐसा ऐसा है, मेरा बड़ा भाई है, उनको दर्द हो रहा है, आप कुछ मुझे दवाई दीजिए, मैं जाके उनको दे दूंगा. But the doctor also was very prim and proper. Doctor said कि no, यहाँ की प्रैक्टिस ऐसी है कि हम ऐसे दवाई नहीं देते हैं. We are not going to give any medicine just like that, you know. तो patient को यहाँ आना पड़ेगा. So it took a long time for Adi Junior to try to convince the doctor कि बाबा वो नहीं आ पाएंगे, वो नहीं आ सकते हैं, आप मुझे दवाई दीजिए, नहीं तो आप. बोला नहीं. So it went to Baba. He went to Baba and said, बाबा ये ऐसे ऐसे है करके. तो बाबा क्या बोलते, उन बाबा के साथ बाबा चांजी था. वी ऑल नो फरामरोस चांजी वाज बाबा's फर्स्ट सेक्रेटरी. तो बाबा बोलते हैं चांजी को कि देखो ये अडी तो कुछ उनको समझा नहीं सका, आप जाओ, बिकॉज चांजी वाज आल्सो वेरी वेरी वेल इक्विप्ड विद सर्टेन थिंग्स, यू नो, ही कैन कन्विंस पीपल. आप जाओ, उनको कन्विंस करो कि भाई मैं नहीं आ सकता हूं, आप दवाई दीजिए, हम दवाई लेंगे. सो चांजी गोज इनटू the dispensary, the doctor's cabin on the ship. The moment Chanji goes in, the doctor feels that he is the patient, because उन्होंने बोला कि पेशेंट को इधर आना पड़ेगा करके. तो उनको पकड़ के वो सीट के ऊपर बैठा देता है और बेल्ट सब बांध देता है. एंड चांजी इज शाउटिंग, इज यू नो, गट आउट, भाई मैं पेशेंट नहीं हूं, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. डॉक्टर वाज नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड टू लिसन टू चांजी. उनको बेचारे को मुंह खोला, उनको दवाई बवाई एकदम कुछ बिटर दवाई लगा दिया, बोलो, और उसको थोड़ा टाइम बैठो करके, इसको उसका इफेक्ट देखना है, ये करके बेचारे को भेज दिया. तो चांजी रिटर्न्स, सॉरी, there's some noise coming in. Chanji returns to Baba's cabin with a bitter taste in his mouth, and when Chanji narrated the entire story, Baba had a very hearty laugh और बोला अभी मेरा पेन चला गया, अभी मेरा पेन चला गया. So that was another story. Now I think I would like to come back to the Dhuni part, right? Acha. Dilshad has some question. Dilshad?
Jai Baba Cyrus ji.
Jai Baba. Bolo ji.
Just a small question as to why would Baba not want to visit the doctor or want to present?
Thank you. I have never had the answer to any of the questions concerning why did Baba do this. You know, I have no idea. For his own reasons, no idea.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, because many people are, why did Baba say this? Why did Baba not do this? Who am I to say why Baba did not do or did a certain thing? Jitesh bhai, bolo.
Cyrus ji, can you find a better doctor than Meher Baba?
No.
That's the answer. Yeah. He doesn't need to go to a doctor.
Now, who's this?
This is my person.
Jitesh. Who's this?
This is Ram Nori.
Oh, Ram Nori. How can I forget your voice? Yes, Ram. Yeah, you are right. You are right. He's the doctor of all doctors. Because Jitesh lifted his finger, so I thought Jitesh wanted to speak. Jitesh, you want to speak something? Unmute your mic.
जितेश का माइक अनम्यूट करो.
Am I looking at the right Jitesh? I don't know. Anyway.
Cyrus ji, even if Baba is God, he was also functioning as a human being. So his pain was definitely very real.
Correct.
And that trouble was what he was going through in any case.
Correct. But now the pain has gone, so let's not talk about the pain.
Okay, go ahead, Jitesh.
Okay, Jitesh, bolo.
Cyrus, if it is possible for you to tell us your personal recent fresh experience where you got Baba's help or hidden help or some humorous incident, I would prefer to listen to those type of stories, the very fresh one. I am very sure that it happens with all the Baba lovers in their life continuously. So, if you at all had such experience, please share with us.
Recent personal humorous experience.
Or non-humorous will also do, but
I,
something where you
I
know
see.
really.
I always confess that I am so gross, and I mean it. I am so gross. Many people say, देखो इधर बाबा का इमेज दिखता है, इधर बाबा का फोटो आ गया, ये धुनी के फ्लेम में आ गया, या on the wall, in the chalk, in the oil, in the. I can't see anything, and honestly, I can't see. So I don't want to fake something which I do not. So I as of now तो मैंने कहीं याद नहीं हो तो मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आता है जीतेश. But if at all through the session, if at all I do remember, I will definitely let. There's nothing dramatical something happening. The only thing that I had to, yeah, that is I had. This is in response to Sam's first question. What changed? I had to change all my pens because I had to loosen all my pens because I don't know. I'm putting on a weight, putting on a lot of weight over here. That's the difference I could find from my Bombay house and Mehrabad home.
God bless your tailor.
Thank you. Yes. He's a Baba lover. But all the pens, I said, Baba, take it or bada karke deo humko karke. That's about all. All right. So now, let me briefly tell about, I'm sure people may be aware of it, also maybe, how the Dhuni Pratha started. कैसे धूनी की प्रथा की शुरुआत हुई. Now this is, we are talking about 100 years back, 1925. 1925 में. And even now by Baba's grace over the last few years, बारिश अच्छी होती है, बहुत अच्छी होती है. And Baba had indicated when the Mandli came in the month of in 1924, बाबा ये कौन सी जगह आपने सिलेक्ट की? ये आरंगाव नहीं है तो हैरान गांव है, बिकॉज हैरानी है, कुछ इधर मिलता ही नहीं है. And even Baba, who used to be referred as Irani Baba, people would call him Herani Baba because जब भी कुछ स्मूथ चलता है तो बाबा वाज नॉट वेरी हैप्पी, कुछ ना कुछ उंगली करके उन्हें चाबी फिरा के चलता रहता था. सो नाउ in 1920, I'm talking about 100 years back, the monsoon would come sometime in the month of May या beginning of June. मानसून आएगा मई में या जून में, बारिश आएगा, फिर वो मानसून जैसे हम बोलते हैं घूमने को जाएगा और यू टर्न मार के अगस्त सितंबर में फिर से बारिश, यानी 2 टाइम बारिश आती है जाती है. 1925 में क्या हुआ? मई में भी नहीं आया, जून में नहीं, जुलाई में नहीं, अगस्त में नहीं, सितंबर में नहीं. अक्टूबर में गांव के लोग एंड ऑफ अक्टूबर में बाबा के पास गए और बताया कि बाबा हमारा जो राबी क्रॉप है, एक खरीफ होता है एक राबी होता है, वो अभी सब पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा, दुकाल हो जाएगा, दुष्काल जो बोलते हैं दुकाल हो जाएगा, पीने का भी पानी नहीं है, कुछ भी आप करो. बाय दैट टाइम बाबा वाज फेयरली वेल एस्टेब्लिश्ड 1925 में. तो बाबा ने इतना ही बोला कि हैव पेशेंस, रेन विल कम. लेकिन दे डिड नॉट हैव द पेशेंस. और 10th of November 1925 में रात को when बाबा was talking with the मंडली, रात को फिर से वो बहुत सारे गांव के लोग बाबा के पास आए और बाबा को बिसीच किया, बाबा को रिक्वेस्ट की कि बाबा कुछ भी करके पानी का करो, अभी हम लोग एकदम सब जो क्या बोलते हैं उन लोग की गाय भैंस गोट्स वगैरह सब मर जाने वाले हैं और सब हम लोग भी मर जाएंगे, पानी नहीं है. तब बाबा ने वो लोग को मंडली को बोला कि एक खड्डा डिग करो और धूनी की तैयारी करो और उपासनी महाराज की आरती करो. ऐसा करके वो लोग बाबा ने मंडली को बताया और तुरंत वो जो विलेजर्स जो आए थे गांव वाले उनको बोला कि भाई यू गो बैक होम, गॉड हैज हर्ड योर प्रेयर्स. ईश्वर ने आपकी प्रार्थना सुनी है, आप अभी अपने अपने घर चले जाओ. And by the time they reached their own villages, it started pouring heavily. बारिश शुरू हो गया, बारिश का कोई नामो निशान नहीं था, पूरा क्लाउड भी नहीं गैदर था. क्लाउड स्टार्टेड गैदरिंग एंड 15 लॉन्ग आवर्स बारिश एक साथ में आती रही एंड द क्रॉप्स वर सेव्ड. everything was saved. That was the first time 10th November 1925 बाबा ने ये धुनी की स्थापना की. और नेक्स्ट डे 11th नवंबर बाबा ने स्कूल को हॉलीडेज दे दिया. वो बाबा उस समय बाबा की बहुत सारी स्कूल चलती थी. मेयर आश्रम था, हजरत बाबा जान स्कूल थी, तो बाबा ने स्कूल को छुट्टी दे दी और मंडली जन को बोला कि आप धुनी के ऊपर एक एक कुछ भी रचना, पोयम बोलो, जो भी बोलो, वो आप लिखो. सो एवरीबडी रोट. उसमें से रुस्तम के ईरानी जो अली काका के बड़े भाई, उनको फर्स्ट प्राइज दिया गया. फिर पादरी का भी अच्छा लिखा हुआ था. फिर बाबा के ब्रदर जाल, उनका भी अच्छा था. ऐसे दो चार जो स्कूल के टीचर थे उनका भी अच्छा था. और बाबा ने खुद ने धुनी के ऊपर एक रचना लिखी. नाउ दिस इज इन मल्टी लैंग्वेज. बाबा कुछ भी लिखते थे तो वो बहुत सारी भाषा मिक्स करते थे और प्रिडोमिनेंटली इट वाज गुजराती. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू माय एक रिमेम्बरेंस, ये प्रार्थना पहले धुनी के पहले कही जाती थी बिकॉज इट वाज बीइंग रिसाइटेड. ओके, नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 25. लेट मी गो सीरियली. 1926 जो एक साल खत्म हुआ 10 नवंबर 1926, तभी भी धुनी प्रज्वलित की गई और तभी भी बारिश आया. वैसे एनिवर्सरी पे वो करते गए. बीच में बाबा वेंट टू पर्शिया, बाबा वेंट ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. तो धुनी, जैसे हम बोलते हैं, धुनी हैड गॉन कोल्ड, धुनी ठंडी पड़ गई थी. जब भी बाबा आते थे कभी भी, तब बाबा बोलते चलो आज धुनी होगी, वो धुनी जलाते थे ऐसे करके. ना बाबा वॉज इन सिक्लूजन इन 1941. 1941 में बाबा एक सिक्लूजन में थे, सतारा में थे. सतारा से बाबा आए मेहराबाद और अपर मेहराबाद में उन्होंने वहां यहाँ स्थान लिया. और 12 दिसंबर 1941 बाबा अगेन ऑर्डर्ड द मंडली टू लाइट द धुनी. उस समय बाबा सिक्लूजन में थे, इसलिए उनको एक सफेद चद्दर ऐसा ओढ़ा के, सफेद चद्दर के अंदर उनको नीचे अपर मेहराबाद से लोअर मेहराबाद में लेके आए और गुस्ताद जी को बोला ये धुनी लिट करो. कोई 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 प्रार्थना नहीं, कोई और कुछ भी चीज नहीं, सीधा धुनी लिट कर दी. और उस समय बाबा ने ये ऐलान किया कि दिस धुनी इज नॉट फॉर रेन. ये टाइम बारिश के लिए नहीं है. द मंडली अस्यूम्ड, because the war was going on at that time, World War II was going on, Manli assumed कि it has something to do with the war. ये war के साथ कुछ बाबा का कनेक्शन, धुनी का कनेक्शन है, ऐसा करके. And then बाबा was again taken in the same manner, चद्दर उठा के. और उस समय 12 दिसंबर 1941, उस समय बाबा ने ऑर्डर पास किया, henceforth every 12th of the month the धुनी should be lit. और उस दिन से अभी तक, और आई एम श्योर फॉर पोस्टेरिटी, फॉर years and ages to come, this pratha, this practice of dhuni will go on forever. अब ये हो गया. Whenever on the 12th the dhuni is being lit, उस समय पादरी काका जीवित थे, बाकी सब मंडली जन जीवित थे. तो ये जो बाबा ने जो रचना रची है, उनका ट्रांसलेशन पादरी काका ने भी किया, अली काका ने भी किया, भावजी ने भी किया. वो थोड़ा थोड़ा वेरी लिटिल चेंजेस हियर एंड देयर वो है. और 2025 में 100 इयर्स कंप्लीट हुआ धुनी का. तब हम लोग यानी ट्रस्ट ने डिसीजन लिया कि हम धुनी का एक कुछ सेलिब्रेशन करेंगे. तो उस समय मैंने एक आई वुड से रिक्वेस्ट लिखा कि व्हाई कांट वी स्पीक द ओरिजिनल पोएम, व्हाई डोंट वी रिसाइट the original poem first and then the translation. अभी तक क्या होता था, translation of Padri Alan used to recite, और in between, if I am not mistaken, LB थाड़े करके हमारे जो थे, he used to recite this, but बाद में कैसे घूम हो गया, I don't know how it went away. So now from that day onwards, from the 100th completed year of 2025 onwards, now what we are doing is, first the original poem is recited and then the translation is being recited. So this is a short story of how the dhuni was started. from which day it was ordered that it should be lit every 12th of the month, and now we are reciting the original as well as the translation. अभी ये प्रश्न किसी ने मुझे पूछा था कि भाई आप लोग तो बोलते हैं कि भाई I can't read, please never shifted. No, the place has been shifted. The Dhuni place originally was very different. धुनी का जगह भी शिफ्ट हो गया और वो टेबल कैबिन है वो भी जगह शिफ्ट हो गया. इट वाज मोर टुवर्ड्स द रोड. नाउ इट हैज गॉन इनसाइड. अच्छा, कमिंग बैक टू, एक प्रश्न उठता है. अगेन इट्स अ वेरी individual choice. Many centers all over the world are also lighting the dhuni on either the 12th of the month or on some other date connected with the center's activities, maybe opening of the center and all that. Is it right or is it wrong? Can it be called Baba's Dhuni? Or my simple answer is that there is nothing called right and wrong. Anything, my thinking, anything that you do in remembrance of the Lord with love and not mechanically is not a ritual that is acceptable to Baba. ये मेरी धारणा है. Right? Because many people ask, certain centers are doing it, this center is doing karke. So whether, now again the other question is whether the dhuni which is lit at Mehrabad, can you not call it a ritual? According to me, again, no, it is not a ritual. It is in obedience of Baba's order. Order हम obey करते हैं तो वो ritual वहां पे नहीं आता है. So then this book which our Bombay Center has come out with, you can see the book. It's a very small book. The Bombay Center came out on the 9th of November, because 10th was some holiday, holiday or whatever. 9th was a Sunday. So we have brought this Dhuni booklet out where there is a complete history of how the Dhuni started, where all Baba lit himself. You know, even in foreign country it was lit. Even in Mehrazad it was lit during the Manonash period. So all that is recorded in this book. If you want, you can always ask from the center. The price is only 70 rupees. The original cost is more than double, but as usual, the center is discounting price में हम लोग देते हैं so that people can afford it. So now what I'll do is, first I will read out the original. I will recite the original poem which Meher Baba has written, and then give the loose English translation of that. Okay? करूं तारी सिफत क्या थी, कलम मां ते नथी ताकत, सलगता मेहर वरसावी, अजब तारी छे ए बरकत. ते तारा शोला तेजस्वी ने करवा शांत, खुद यजदान कला को मेघ ने द्वारे तने आपी खरी इज्जत. हजारों ने शफा देजे, गरीबों नी दुआ लेजे, रेजे तू आपतो ज जजे, कोई तुझथी करे मिन्नत. छे तुझना गुण वली जेवा, पदे तुझमा बने तेवा. अजब तारी करामत छे, अजब लीला, अजब कुदरत. तू फलद्रुप भी करी आपे, ने जड मूल थी भी वृक्ष कापे. करे आबाद ने बर्बाद, तारी बाजू छे बरकत. संभाले तुझने जे इंसान, करे तैयार 100 पकवान. ने छेदे तुझने जे नादान, तू तेने माते छे आफत. वलीनी एज उपमा छे, वलीना एज छे गुण दोष. तरावेली डुबावेली, वलीनी एज छे खसलत. तू मेरा बाद नी धूनी, नगर पानी वगर सुनी. खरा मौका ने पहचानी, बूझी खेडूतनी मेहनत. कड़क बन्यो तू आतश थई, ने पानी थई नरम बन्यो. ते नजदीक नाने देई गर्मी, ने खुश कीधी बधी खलकत. तू बाबा ने शरण रेजे, गुरु ने वंदना केजे. ચરણમાં સદગુરુના જે નમે તેની જ છે હિંમત. અગાધ મહિમા તેરી ધૂની, तुझको जाने ऋषि मुनि. बहराम को सीने लगाया, आसमान को रोने लगाया. तेरी आंच से बादल पिघला, भिजा दिया मेरा सदरा दगला. सदगुरु का तू सांचा दास, हमेशा रहना उनके पास. कथन हुआ दुष्काल का जीना, उसको तुझसे छूटा पसीना. तू है गुरु का संचा बंदा, मेरे ठंडे हाथ का गरम डंडा. So this is the poem I am so beautifully Baba has written on the spot. That Baba does everything on the spot, you know, the language and all that. So now this is the loose English translation, which Soumya and I have done. Slight differences in what is already published by Bauji or Padri or Adi Kaka. So this is the English translation. How can I ever praise you enough? My pen has not the strength. Your glowing mercy showering upon all, wondrous is your gift. To calm your scorching blaze, Yazdan himself, in honor of you, showered rains for hours on end. May you give relief to thousands. May you obtain blessings of the helpless. May you keep bestowing your grace on those who entreat you. You have the qualities of a Wali. Wali, we all know in Baba's God Speaks, he's on the fifth plane. Those who associate with you become like you. Extraordinary is your grace. Marvelous is your play. Amazing is your power. You fructify the seeds and uproot the trees. You flourish and also perish things. You embody blessings. He who tends you with care can prepare 100 dishes. But to the foolish who provokes you, you become a calamity. You are comparable to a Wali with same merits and demerits, making one swim or drown. Such are the Wali's qualities. You are Mehrabad's Dhuni. Nagar was arid without water. Recognizing the opportune moment, you acted, protecting the farmer's labor. You hardened, becoming fire, and becoming water, you softened. You gave warmth to those close to you and made the world around you happy. You take refuge in Baba, offer salutations to the Guru, the one who remains bowed at the Sadguru's feet. He alone is brave. Unfathomable is your greatness, O Dhuni. You are recognized by Rishi Muni. You embraced victory and made the sky weep. This sentence needs a little explanation. In some of the, we have not yet located or found Baba's original handwriting of the Dhuni, because at that time he was writing. He stopped writing from 2nd of January 1927. On the day 11th November 1924, Baba was still writing. So we have not been able to find that. In a version that I had, it was Behram ko Seene Lagaya. In a version that somebody else had, it was Behram ko Sone Lagaya. So there was a little deliberation, and I somehow felt that Behram is not Baba's brother. Or unko Sone Lagaya, it doesn't seem to have any relevance to the Dhuni poem. So in my limited understanding, I felt Behram is Behram Yazar. The Zoroastrians, the Parsis believe in Behram Yazar as the epitome of victory. આપણે કે ફટ્ટે થજે બહેરામ યઝર ફટ્ટે કરે. ફટ્ટે means victorious, you know. So Behram ko Seene Lagaya means Behram patron saint of victory, Behram ko सीने लगाया would mean that you embraced victory and made the cloud cry. That was my interpretation, and we are still uh, trying to search out in the archives whether we can get the original of Baba's handwriting. Then all this, whether this is correct or that is correct, will go away. So here again, I am reading this. You embraced victory and made the sky weep. With your flame, the clouds melted, wetting my sadra and coat. You are the real servant of the Sadguru, always, sorry, always remain with him. There was another one here, which in one of the Gujarati versions, it was like we are addressing the Dhuni. Tujhko usse hua pasina. Tujhko means Dhuni ko, flame ko. Utse means famine se. But that again we said, no, this doesn't sound. Usko, यानी कि दुष्काल को आपकी वजह से flame की वजह से धुनी की वजह से छूटा पसीना. So that was also, these are the only two areas where we had a long discussion, and then finally we have stuck to this. It became difficult for the famine to survive, and it broke into sweat because of you. Because of you means because of the dhuni. You are a true slave of the Guru, a fiery rod in my merciful hand. So this is the poem which I very much wanted that it should go on our Facebook page, because not many may know, or not many may be very conversant with this aspect of Baba's Dhuni. So that's all. The full book is there. One can read it. And now it's almost 3 minutes more. I will take questions, but no personal question. Sorry, Jitesh, because if you ask, I mean, I really can't pop up anything. I am, as I said, too gross to have any such experiences of spiritual experiences. So now I'll tell one more story. This again could be a repeat. Baba was in Frere Road in Kakabaria's home. Kakabaria, we all know Dara Katrek's home. So just I think one story above was Kakabaria's home. And Baba had come into that home. And Kakabaria had a sister. Her name was Banu. And her husband's name was, I think it was Manik. Manik was the husband's name. उस दिन जो बाबा थे, सॉरी हिंदी में बोलता हूँ, बाबा काका बारिया जो बाबा के मंडलीजन थे उनके घर में थे, बाबा थे, बहुत सारे लोग आए थे, बाबा सबको दर्शन दे रहे थे. उतने में एक कोई बाबा का प्रेमी आया और एक करनिया हम बोलते हैं बास्केट, केन बास्केट में बहुत सारे फिग्स यानी अंजीर लेके आए, बाबा को प्रसाद में दिया. तो बाबा ने मानिक को दिया. Manik is the brother-in-law of Kaka Baria and the husband of Banu. के जा धो के लेके आ करके. तो मानिक अंदर किचन में गया, out of sight, and धो के लेके आया. अब बाबा सबको एक एक वो फिग देते गए. ना बानू के मन में ऐसा था कि शायद the way Baba is giving the fig, उनके हस्बैंड मानिक को नहीं भी मिल सकता है, नहीं मिलेगा करके. और वैसे ही हुआ, सबको एक एक दे दिया और लास्ट में एक बच गया था फिग. तो बाबा ने सबके तरफ देखा, एंड बिकॉज मानिक को नहीं दिया था, तो बानू फेल्ट के मे बी इट इज फॉर मानिक. बाबा ने ऐसा देख के खुद के मुंह के अंदर खा गया. एंड बानू वाज वेरी लाइक नॉट हैप्पी कि मेरे हस्बैंड को फिग नहीं मिला. एंड वो सब खत्म हो गया और निकल गए. बाद में उनका हस्बैंड जो मानिक है, बानू को बोलते हैं, तेरा जो बाबा जो था वो सच्ची, ही इज ऑल नोइंग. बोला क्यों? ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी आई फेल्ट वेरी सैड कि आपको फिग नहीं मिला. बोला नहीं, मैं किचन में गया था तो धोते धोते मैंने एक खा लिया, बिना पूछे. So this is again a humorous story. बाबा is एक तो humor हो गया, एक तो बानू का जो doubt था वो निकल गया. मानिक को confirmation हो गया that Baba is all knowing, और ये it served as a lesson to him कि he should not take it unless it is offered by Baba as a prasad. Sam, we are exactly at 7 o'clock. As promised, I'm trying to
Yes,
spine
sir.
up unless if somebody has some question, I can take it. Not very military rigidity. but कुछ होएगा तो बोल सकते हैं. Anybody has anything to ask?
Cyrus, our audience is so intelligent
I
and
know
so
that they know
all-knowing.
everything.
They know everything and they never ask.
They will never ask.
This is the beauty of our audience.
Yes. And the intelligent question which Jitesh asked, I could not answer because I am so intelligent. Achha, Dilshad has a question. Bolo.
Dynasty, I'm always notorious in asking questions.
नहीं नहीं बोलो नहीं.
Rather, I try to control myself because I feel others may get disturbed.
No, bolo.
So, Cyrus ji, this question about how much of it is about destiny or how much of it is what is, uh, ingrained in our personality or whatever it is in our sanskars, and how much efforts. How does one make out the difference, and to what extent can it be utilized in our dealing with our own limitations? Because I remember the point you had explained to us is that you offer every day. Morning you offer everything, night you offer everything. So in my limited understanding is that when you have reached that, you feel that even whatever your limitations are sort of, it is his wish, it is given by Baba. But the counter always that comes is that, no, it is like one has to make efforts, or one has to make one's contribution to trying to do or change. So how far does one understand or resolve this kind of question?
Again, with my limited understanding, let me try to explain. Number one, if you have really offered everything to him, when I say really, I mean really, then it should not affect you at all. Or it should not, there should be no diya, nahi diya, liya, nahi liya kind of thing. Most of us are not honestly honest and not sincerely sincere. We are just joking around, let's put it that way. And I can definitely speak for myself. It's like that we say a lot of things, but when it comes to doing, we taper it up. Achha. Now the point is, my personal take on this is that under a given set of situation, when you are placed in a certain set of situation, honestly and sincerely ask yourself, how would Baba want me to respond to this situation? Not how you want to respond. Invite Baba into our life. Baba, as we do at the beginning of this, as we said this, that take over. And I have experienced this, and I'm sure many people. The moment we sincerely invite Baba in our life and sincerely tell him to take over, take charge, and manage the show, he manages. Never ever does he let us down. This is my experience. He will manage. There's a saying, in English, that the quality of the answer will depend upon the quality of the question. If we are very superfluous, the Baba's participation in our life would be superfluous. If we are genuine and deeply, and if we are genuinely and deeply honest and sincere, then the result does not matter. Because if the result matters, and if the result irks us or disturbs us, that means we have not really given it to Baba. Because if we have given it to Baba, then it is Baba's headache. Let's put it that way. जो भी होता है बाबा के हिसाब से हो रहा है. But yes, I agree, we have to put in the effort, the best effort that we can do, because we are still in the domain of illusion. We cannot say that everything happens according to Baba. Yes, it does happen according to Baba's will, there is no doubt. But am I in that zone of reality, of truth, of of being able to discern and think that everything that is happening in my life, I would like to take it, and many people may differ. I would like to take it that nothing happens by Baba's will, everything I am contributing, I am co-creator of my destiny. I am a very full-fledged participant in whatever my life is displaying to me. You getting what I'm saying? You can't say that it is destiny. Destiny जो भी होने दो, destiny कुछ भी होने दो. हमारा contribution क्या है उसके अंदर? Are we putting our very best? If we are putting, then don't worry about the result. That's as simple as that.
But not feeling like putting is also Baba's grace at the end of the day. If you don't feel, or if you don't, it doesn't come from you inside. That
Then don't
also
do it.
is,
Then don't put. Yeah.
that
Then
also
don't.
is,
See, in a way, everything is. In a way, everything is. But I don't want to touch that area because I don't know. I am not the truth. I am not experienced even an iota of what reality is. So I would be safer to think, feel, and behave in a manner where I can participate in my own life and where I can wholeheartedly invite Baba to come in my life and guide me and help me to take the right decisions in my life. You getting me? So once we have cultivated this habit of that very beautiful saying from Baba, everybody knows it. Think of things you will not hesitate to think in my presence. Whenever speak words you will not hesitate to speak in my presence, and do an act you would not hesitate to do an act in my presence. Once we put that into our life, then Baba's lingering presence is always there with us. And the one good point about that is that we remain unaffected by the results. We are not concerned with the result because Baba we have invited. It's a partnership. It is neither fully Baba nor fully you. It's a partnership where we invite him as our living partner all through. I don't know whether that has addressed your.
thank
Okay.
you so much.
If it has addressed, then you will never ask a single question anytime, anywhere. Question तो होते रहता है. Anyway, okay. Anybody else?
To add to what you said, Cyrus uncle,
Please.
when we totally like our Baba ke saran mein, totally we are seeking help from Baba. That I have felt my personal experience. Baba makes us do. Like कुछ काम नहीं करना हो, Baba will make you do. He has like this is my personal experience. He will make us do this thing. That okay, do this, do this, do this. Like उसके बिना चैन नहीं पड़ेगा अंदर. वो करना ही पड़ेगा like.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
So
Cyrus,
that also to a certain extent responds to her Dilshad's question. I am not feeling like doing, but the moment I have added Baba in as my partner, and now I am getting the feeling to do it, that means he has stirred up something in me to not be lackadaisical, not be chalta hai, hota hai, and then do it. But then sometimes this state of mind of being inert or not being proactive or just not wanting to do anything may have something to do with physicality also, in a sense, the chemical locha in our system. So sometimes this what we call in a very loose language we call depression. So it is not necessarily only mental. It could have something to do with the biology. It can have something to do with certain chemicals in the body being less or more or whatever it is. So many times we may need medical help for that also. Now, I'm not saying that person who feels is always depressed. No, I'm not saying that way. But sometimes you do pass through a certain phase where you just don't want to be connected with anybody or anything, or just want to be by yourself and don't want to take any proactive decisions or proactive steps. So yes, but thanks for the input.
Cyrus, please tell us your definition of surrender.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, this is just a lighter view. Surrender means Sar Baba ke charan ke andar. Charan.
it is
That
It
means
sounds
he will.
very light-hearted,
Hmm.
but it is so profound.
Ah.
It is so profound.
Because he can then kick us anywhere. Like how he told our Saurabhji Sikanpuria. Saurabhji was the first president of our Bombay Center. And when Baba made him the first president, Baba did say, कि आए बरू आइए सब आप करते हो सेंटर खोलने का ये करने का वो करने का तो be very careful. Yeah, you will be like a football and people will kick you from here and there. Means तो जो काम करता है उसी की गलती होती है. Let's understand that. It's where there is a saying in English, any fool can criticize, it needs a gentleman to appreciate, or something like that. I mean, sitting on the bench, अरे वो बैटिंग ऐसा किया ऐसा मारता तो ऐसा वो you be on the field, be in the ground, do some work, and then you have to gain the right to comment. So it's so Saurabhji was told that and then Baba added, and this very kicking will take you to the goal. So that is very important. So how we exercise our humility, how we manage the different minds that are coming towards ये करना है वो करना है ये सही नहीं होता है ये बराबर नहीं होता है ऐसा करना तो ऐसा करना all that things will come when you are holding a position or a seat. This are bound to happen. And after all, we are all human beings. If we take 10 decisions, there is a possibility that one or two or three may not go right. They may not be correct. So from hindsight, we see, ऐसा नहीं है, तो you change your course. That's all, as simple as that. But never take anything personally and never try to hurt anybody's heart. Sometimes, in a fit of anger, to aisa hai, taisa hai, that kind of thing. So Baba always maintain that do not break anybody's heart. Do not be mean. Do not make somebody feel, bad about it. Differences are there. Baba himself said, the differences are very healthy. They are very good. You must have differences. We don't have yes sir, yes man type of thing. But that should not reflect in the work that we do for Baba. Are you getting, Swami? I'm taking a little longer, but just a thought passed my mind and I liked it very much. And I do narrate it wherever I'm called to talk about Baba's work. Adi K. Irani, Baba's secretary, had said this very beautifully. That there is something called a horse and there is something called a cart. We all know that. पहले घोड़ा गाड़ी आता था ने हम लोग the horse has to be before the cart. If you put the cart before the horse, it won't function. So Baba said the horse is the love and the cart is the organization, the functions, all the activities that we do, all the programs that we do, all this that we are doing now is the cart. If there is no love and feeling between all of us, between each of us, for Baba and between each of us, then irrespective of how grand a program you may make, 5,000 people came, 2,000 people came, itna light tha, itna jalaya, itna bomb foda, has no value. That is the cart. If the love is there, then if the horse is there, the cart should follow the horse. The programs, the events, whatever we do should follow love. Love for Baba and love for each other. And love doesn't mean aisa kiss karne ka. Love has so many satellites. Love means acceptance of the other person as he or she is. Love is forgiveness. Love is tolerance. Very beautifully, one message is that the more spiritual you become, the less differences you see in the other and the more tolerant you become. I'll repeat, the more spiritual you become, you will see less and less of differences and you become more and more tolerant towards the other. So these are the few gems that all Baba's statements are gems only. But even if we incorporate that in our life, some of it, अपना life सफल हो गया. Anything else? Yes, Archana.
Dear Baba Cyrus, Since you spoke about love just now,
जी
don't you feel it's the most important ingredient today with this ongoing war which is going on? So, uh, is there any feeling of Baba helping us in this situation, in the crisis that the entire world is going through?
as I said at the beginning, my thoughts are very radically different. There is a lot of love in the war. Actually, if you go to look at it, you know, the people are fighting with the wrong impression that they are loving their country, isn't it? That they are
Okay.
loving their leader. But anyway, I don't want to get into politics and religion. But
Right.
I personally feel that
Right.
there is nothing that Baba's hand is very much in it, you know, and he knows if you really go to see now, if we really go
Yeah.
to see with a different viewpoint, how Baba is bringing up that we are all so intimately interdependent.
Yes.
Getting this point?
Right.
आपने ये खींच लिया तो मैं ये खींच लूंगा, आपने ये बंद किया तो मैं ये बंद कर दूंगा, ऐसे करके. So Baba, somebody, when somebody had asked Baba about the war, we are talking about second, Baba, how will it all end? So Baba said that people would be so fed up of war, you know, that like, they would like to stop war and start loving. So I think maybe the time as the apex or the epitome of that has not yet come. We have not yet reached the peak of that, it
Yes.
seems. And
Yes.
no, there is no doubt about it that there is a lot of physical, emotional loss and all that. Just try to imagine Baba in when he went to, I think this was in New York, and Baba was traveling and uh, uh, Erach was there, and Erach said, oh, wow, how tall buildings, skyscrapers. And Baba said, one day they will fall down like a pack of cards. So, in other words, for Baba, these such things really don't matter. It may sound very harsh and heartless, you know, to say that because, but Baba, Second World War, if you read Baba's life story, Baba was so active and proactive in the Second World War when
Right.
certain countries were not joining it in the war. Baba, why is it that this country has not joined? They should join, then only the world will be in a soup. And then Baba would tell Naja, kal soup banana, kal khane ke andar soup, and soup ban gaya, and immediately that country joined, and the world was in a soup. So my personal feeling is, it may feel very heartless, you know, is that Baba is in control, is in charge every moment of the of earth, or for the entire creation,
Okay.
so to speak.
Okay. So
So I
there is a valid reason for whatever is happening.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
Alpesh has something to say.
Thank you, Jay Baba.
About this war,
Thank you.
there is a video on YouTube, Meher Baba and World War II.
Mhm.
Like उसमें सब कुछ very well explained. I have seen it and listened it for वो बाबा ने क्या क्या किया, कौन से मस्त कौन सी कंट्री के लिए काम करते थे, and very detailed. So I have even posted the link. They can watch that video. Very
Excellent.
detailed कि भाई
Excellent.
बाबा ने इधर किया तो ये मस्त ये कंट्री का था, and very detailed, like
Can
it's
you
very good video.
imagine? Can you imagine Mohammed the Must को, he was representing Germany, उसको फ्रांस लेके जाने का था. How difficult it is to to take उसका पासपोर्ट कराने का, वीजा कराने का. Ultimately they had to tell what is known as a white lie to the authorities and saying that he's mentally deranged, so we are taking him for treatment over there to France. Only there is a doctor in France, we are taking him there. But means क्या क्या बाबा ने किया, it is much beyond our ken, so to speak. So anyway, Sam has something to say, I thought.
No, carry on, carry on.
No, that's it. Only if the questions come, we can.
No, मुझे, whilst all these conversations were going on, it took me back 15, 20 years ago when Cyrus, you, Menos, myself, we would all meet at the center every Thursday. और ये ऐसे ही ये सब चीज़ें चल रही थी, and it was so beautiful, and वही nostalgic हो गया मैं, because उस समय ये कोई इंटरनेट नहीं था, and people would rush to come to the center. महीने में एक टाइम वो कैलेंडर पढ़ते थे and all those things used to go on. पता नहीं वो कैसे कैसे सब बिखर गया, but I am very glad कि आज हम साथ में आ गए. It brings back all those memories कि people would come out with all their questions और उसके answers हम लोग कैसे भी fielding करके दे देते थे. And this is what pleases Baba. बाबा का जो कार्य हमें करना है, according to me, this is what it is. कि लोगों के साथ बैठ के इनफॉर्मली ऐसे ही बातें करते रहे. सो थैंक यू. एंड इट इज़ विद अ कंडीशन कि आप जल्दी से जल्दी एंड एज मैनी टाइम्स एज पॉसिबल आते रहिए ये फोरम पे, बिकॉज हमें मज़ा आती है, और जब हमें मज़ा आती है तो आई एम श्योर कि बाबा को भी मज़ा आती होगी. Thank you very much, Cyrus.
Just the thought when you said about this,
जी.
in that sense, COVID was such a blessing. In that sense, COVID was such. I have a
Cyrus,
different. I have
absolutely.
a different way of thinking always. COVID was such a blessing because of that. So many this YouTube and Facebook and internet. I mean, we were just dull, and then all of a sudden, there was so much of vibration happening, everywhere. So yes, it was such a blessing. Huh? The social media has just grown, but now we have become slaves. But we feel, see, it is like a knife. How you use it. Social media can help you or can hinder you in your progress towards Baba. It all depends upon how we use it. Right. Done. From my side, done. Thank you, Baba.
Done, done, done.
Done.
अवतार मेहर
Jai
बाबा
Baba.
की जय.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Thank you, Baba, for
Thank
everything.
you, Baba.
Now we shall go into prayers, Aarti, and after that we shall observe a minute's silence. In this minute silence, we shall remember all the people who are suffering through various ways, whether it be war, whether it be disease, blah, blah, blah. Baba sabhi ke upar apni nazar rakhe. Everything happens as per his will. So all we want to do is request him to have mercy upon us. Thank you and Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Cyrus, I must say, as I don't know whether it is your charisma or what, the maximum number of crowd has gathered here at the center.
Thank you, Baba.
और अभी
All I
पुलिस
can
को
say is thank you, Baba.
अभी पुलिस को बुलाना पड़ेगा बंदोबस्त करने के लिए.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. I like, you are very diplomatic, I must say. Anyway, chal. Okay, thanks.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले, तुम्हारा कोई आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है. तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है. तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है. तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो. तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो. तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है. तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे. तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो. तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो. तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो. तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव हितकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपन्न एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम परब्रह्म हो और परात पर परब्रह्मा भी हो। तुम परब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यजदान हो, अहुर माजदा हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम इज्जत अर्थात एकमात्र पूज्य है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था, हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिसे बोलना हमें उचित न था, और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वाद से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दंभ या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए, और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है, उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए। यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक का अधिक प्रेम करें, और अधिक और अधिक, और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाए। और तू हम सब की ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहे। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
बुझावे नार जहलतनी कर कुद रत्ने फरमातू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू अयामुर शद मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ न धरिए सर खुदा ना जात थी वा વાકેફ થઈ બેઠો મહેરબાન તું છે માલિક હકીકતનો તું આશિક બીને યારેફ બી તું છે દરિયાએ વહેદત મારેફતનો હોઈ તૂફાન તું હમો રહે રવને એસા લેક બક્ષે જ્ઞાન ઈઝદનું કે તું પર માત્મા જ્ઞાની છે ને મુખ તારે રફાતું ખુદાના પ્રેમનો પ્યાલો પિલાવી મસ્ત હમને કર છે તુજ પર જાન સદકે સાકિયા પી દે પૈમા તું हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदा है मेहर बाबा छैनी के बातू हमारा ना खुदा ए मेहर बाबा छैनी गे बातू बुझावे नार जहलतनी ये कर कुद रतने फरमातू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
जहाँ कल्पना शब्द न पहुँचे ऐसे अपरंपार नेति नेति वेद पुकारे महिमा तोरी अपार दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन हे जगदुद्वारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो धूप दीप चंदन चर्चाना भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना तुम राही तुमको लौटाना काहे बड़ाई करूं मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो सकल विश्व तारण हारे हो तुम सम और नहीं तुम ही हो हे सत अवतारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल चराचर तुमरी माया माया भी तो तुमरी छाया तुमरा अंत न कोई पाया तुम हो अनंत खरो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो अपने को जब जो नहीं जाने महिमा तुम्हारी क्या पहचाने जो कुछ भी कहते अनजाने गुण गाते तुम्हरो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो सीमा नाही तुम्हारी कृपा को क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु तुमको भीख तुम्ही दो प्रेमी जनों को नित्य तुम्हें सुमरो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन है जगदुद्वारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय प्रियतम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this session and making it so interesting. Thank you, Baba, for everything that you have done for us, everything that you will be doing for us until the very end. I hope we all meet again next Thursday with an increased vigor and much more love for our beloved Meher Baba. Thank you and Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba to all of you. Jai Baba.